Hello, it's Friday, so I went down to get something to eat here in central London. Anyhow, what's so interesting is that as I walk into the supermarket, there's two young folks sitting down, wrapped in the quilt, begging here in the United Kingdom. I don't know their circumstances, but there's a social framework, a net that captures anyone falling onto the streets and begging. Not just begging, but smoking. Something that has a philosophy of their own. Even the most pronounced philosopher will not be able to get them out of that cyclical situation that we constantly and but surely pushing our next generation and the current generation. We are so busy with so much of non-relevant conversations in our society, in our families, in our nations, yet forgetting to protect and nurture the next generation for us to see a future in them at least. I thought that was an eyesore for me, but when I walked in, when you walk in, as you come through the automated gates or the automated door into the supermarket, there's buckets of flowers left at the entrance and the fruits and vegetables. A chap walks in. Well, it's a Friday. It's a romantic day. You can romanticize everything I say, but this is real in what I experience just this moment when to get something to eat. The guy walks in, looks around, gets a bunch of flowers, rip the security sticker, put it back in the bucket, walks out with the flower bouquet, the flowers, looking around, the security, not to be seen. It's normal here in Britain today. We have automated, made people to fall onto the streets, and there are lots of young, able, capable, healthy, fit, and wonderful human beings are just loitering, sitting around on their phones, smoking, drinking on a Friday. Whilst we are making more and more jobs automated, what are we going to see? Protests on the streets on weekend when they do not have a job to go to, when there is no job to go to. It is all well. We are robotizing, artificially intelligent to take over the repetitive work and freeing the human time from repetitive work, and yet we haven't made of this generation, our next generation, conscious enough, responsible enough to conduct themselves in ways that they do not get entangled in so-called the mix of confusion that the life has thrown at them, or the society, the governments, the nations, the world has thrown at them. If you don't make this a conscious and a livable planet in making individuals responsible, we have to pay attention to the individual's needs. Collectively, we should all be looking for the well-being and safety and protection of all beings and this very planet that we all share. If we are unable to achieve this in this time of generational responsibility in people who are in position, we have failed the humanity for the next generation to thrive, blossom, and for them to embrace something worthwhile in their hearts, in their minds, in their imaginations. We need to create an environment that it's livable, it is conducive to the existential realities, and apply the education relevantly, that applies, that it works for all humans. It works for all humans so that we all can see each other as an extension to other situations that we face as a common species across the planet. And are you willing to be the solution in every situation that we face? Or are you forgetful to what has happened in the last 2 to 3 years to 5 years, and forgetting to see the cyclical emotions and energy that has been drained away from you simply because of information that unable to digest in your capacity of this so-called educated mind, so-called information technology era. The human species is struggling to digest what is out there, where so much information is thrown at. One does not know how to keep this body and this mind, that it works for you, in turn, that you become a solution in the situations that we face in society, in family, in your own surrounding. Will you be the solution? Will you enhance the problem and become a debatable conversation without a solution to this ever evolving situations that we create? It is not a black issue. It is not a white issue. It's not a brown issue. It's not an Indian or an American or a East Asian or African. It's not a woman's problem. It's not a child's problem. It is a human species created problem that only has a human solution to it. I hope you become one of those human beings where your being represents a solution. Your being becomes a conscious action. Your being becomes a responsible solution. I only wish that you be one of them, the next generation, and for this generation, stepping point to see that as the only way for humanity to exist. Otherwise, the words may continue. Once the words doesn't work, they will use means of other to push you away. And this is where we are today, and this is where the humanity is. I hope you're peaceful, your collective conscious being will flower, will blossom, will nurture the way that you are, and that is become an extension to the surrounding around you, and that will be the peaceful solution. Are you willing to admit to yourself that you're peaceful by your own nature on this Friday night without a bottle of wine or alcohol or drugs or some other backstreet stuff and prescribed stuff? I am. packet of nuts, reduce sandwich, reduce 31p salad. That's what has made me content for the evening. Nothing else. May you be the same energy on this planet.